Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well today. Please remember that later today I'm going to be live with Andrew Lowney, so please do catch that later today, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, what are we speaking about today? Well, it looks like Meghan and Harry have angered the Hollywood A-listers. I cannot understand how you get it wrong all the time. That tells me this whole channel, the channels of others, what we're talking about, the real issue is a drama-filled, egotistical, narcissistic couple, mainly Meghan, that has ruined their lives, but they just don't know it yet. Their lives have essentially been ruined. This story today takes the cake. I'm sorry. It just is unbelievable. Let's get into it. Before I go into my story today, I do want to mention that it does look like Fergie is now exiled to Portugal. She is going to be staying in a rented villa owned by Eugenie and her husband. Fergie has made the decision. She is actually going to be leaving the UK, going into exile. She knows that this is the end of the road for her. Essentially, there's no coming back. And there are going to be some questions that I'm going to ask Andrew today about Fergie and just getting more info on the real drama, the real issues around Fergie and Andrew. It seems like there's a time for when all the luxury of your life that you had will finally stop. And that is actually happening now as we speak, because we know there are more stories that are going to be coming out later about Andrew and Fergie and others associated with Jeffrey Epstein. And it is a nightmare, I'm sure, for a lot of people. And Fergie, I guess, sees this is the end of the line for her. She can't try to get out of this because there's just so much more coming. What can you do? What can you do? All right. So, Otis, do you know what we're talking about today, buddy? Do you know what we're talking about today? Well, how does this happen? I do not understand how this even happens. How can you go to a party and create so much controversy by just going to a party? That tells you, that even shows you this couple are a problem. And it also highlights the problems within their marriage. Because if you are having a harmonious marriage, if you are aligned in purpose with your spouse, there is no reason why going to a party would warrant all of this discord and all of this drama around some photos. That's why looking at Harry and Meghan trying to go out to look like they're aligned, all is good, they're happy and love each other, trying to go out together to make it look good, shows you it's fake. It shows you that this relationship is nothing more than an act, because you don't go to a party with these type of people, such a high level guest list of people. You don't go to this and then afterwards have problems like this that I'm talking about today. If you are in a good relationship with your husband, because the real issue, I believe, what a lot of people are not saying, but the real issue is that Harry is the one that is causing these problems. It's not a Harry and Meghan issue. It is a Harry problem with these photos being released and Meghan wanting the photos and this lifestyle that has caused the controversy. And I'm going to show you and break that down a little bit more. But here is what has come out. Kim Kardashian is said to be angry that Harry and Meghan's team, because this came from their team, demanded that Kris and Kim remove social media photos of the couple schmoozing with them, hitting the dance floor at the reality TV matriarch's 70th birthday party last weekend. Now, this reported demand has upset the Kardashian family because they look at this as a snub, as if you don't want to be seen with us. You don't like that we are promoting your connection to us. Especially after the Kardashian family welcomed Harry and Meghan. We can't forget that even Kim Kardashian got on the bandwagon when people were asking about where Catherine was, because remember, we hadn't seen her for a while. And even Kim played into that as a snub almost to Catherine. That was clearly showing that she was aligning not with the real royals, but with Harry and Meghan, because they were seen with the Kardashians when they came over to the States from the UK, and the Kardashian family embraced Meghan and Doria. So they welcomed them. There were even talks around a possible collaboration with Meghan and Kim Kardashian. Like, this was a relationship they were cultivating. What we have to also look at is that this event was hosted at Jeff Bezos' mansion, along with wife Lauren Sanchez, their $165 million Beverly Hills mansion. This was the party of all parties. If you're going to this party, you are being welcomed into the it crowd of Hollywood. You are going to have access to some very, very powerful and wealthy people, which is very important to Meghan. Hence why the conflict is between Harry and Meghan. This is why we're seeing all this drama. It points to problems in the relationship. Because don't get it twisted, folks. Meghan Markle wanted these photos posted. She wanted to be seen with the Kardashian family at this party. So when later images popped up on the photo carousels that were shared by Kim and Kris on their Instagram accounts, the photos were still circulating on social media and showed Harry and Meghan cozying up to Kim Kardashian, Kris Jenner, with Meghan even giggling with her hand on Jenner's shoulder. Another showed a blurry-eyed Harry sashaying towards Jenner on the dance floor, while yet another showed Meghan and the Kardashians smiling together for the camera, clearly taking a photo. As if, geez, smile for the camera. But then hours later, we all know what happened. The photos mysteriously disappeared like poof from the internet. They disappeared from the Kardashians' social media accounts. And this was sparked by the conflict between Harry and Meghan. Harry didn't like the look of the photos because he looked clearly wasted. It also showed him hobnobbing with these A-listers when the royal family were doing their Remembrance Sunday for the veterans, something that Harry wanted to still be a part of because he did end up going to Canada, trying to show his support still for the veterans. But what it did, it ruined Harry's image of wanting to go back to being a working royal, because there is a story that has come out that Harry is trying to now go back to the UK more often to visit with the children. See, Harry is still trying to get back in with his family. And these photos were a bad look for him after he sobered up. After the night of partying wore off, he was like, oh no, that's not a good look. Remove the photos, just like release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
Remove the photos. Just get them removed. And Meghan was like, oh, yeah. She was like, why are you doing that, Harry? Why? And she didn't like that because Meghan knew this was good for her Hollywood image, to be seen with the Kardashians, the royals of Hollywood. Meghan didn't like it, but what could she do? What could she do? Because I believe, this is my opinion, that Harry started blaming Meghan about her wanting to be in with Hollywood and her trying to be in with the it crowd and not supporting Harry and the veterans, because we all remember that Meghan didn't wear a poppy and Harry did. And Meghan gave a very lame excuse as to why she didn't wear a poppy, because she couldn't get one. It was too late to get one last. I mean, we know that is a bunch of malarkey. That is what you do when you are a wackadoo. You're suffering from the syndrome of wackadooism, and you say something stupid like that, because that's what she did. Because we all know Jeff Bezos, okay, Amazon, like, look, you could have found one. You could have gotten one, okay? It's easy to do. But it was an excuse for Meghan, right? And Harry didn't like it, and so he threw that in her face. Then later, Meghan posted on her social media, Harry and his times as an army person, and then, she was trying to make up for what she knew she did, which was wrong. So nonetheless, we know that the Hollywood people are very angered by this. And we know that Meghan has been eager to establish herself as an influential figure. But this now looks really bad to these A-listers that see Meghan and Harry as a problem. And Meghan knows it's not a good look for her. So then the Kardashians come out and they're saying that they were angry that Harry and Meghan didn't want to be seen at the party, even though they let themselves be photographed, we remember, by the paparazzi at Bezos' mansion. And there was also the fact that they were being photographed earlier in the evening when they went to the Baby to Baby event charity gala hosted by Meghan's friend Serena Williams. They didn't have any problem with that. And then Kim was like, you've already been papped outside and you were at the Baby to Baby event the same night being photographed like Meghan Trainor and Paris Hilton. So what's the problem? This is what a source has told the Daily Mail. The source went on to say that Kim is peed off. Oh my goodness, the girl is upset, fuming mad, because she looks at it as a diss. Like no one wanted to, like Harry and Meghan didn't want to be seen next to her. Kim is not happy about it at all. This is what has come out. You cannot ghost the Kardashians. This is what one LA source has told Rob Shutter, the former executive editor of the American edition of OK Magazine. Now, the Daily Mail goes on to report that another Hollywood insider told the Daily Mail that Kim doesn't do take-backs. If you show up to a Kardashian production, you're part of the machine. And guess what? Meghan likes being a part of the machine. Harry does not. This is how you know Harry does not want to be seen as a part of this machine while trying to get back into the royal fold, especially with bringing his children back more often. It's not a good look for him as a veteran, considering everything that happened the same weekend. Harry is the one that has made this problem for Meghan. Don't get it conflated or twisted, folks. Don't get it twisted, folks. This is a Harry and Meghan problem between them as a married couple. Meghan's made another Hollywood enemy, and unlike royals, Kardashians don't forgive easily. So now what has happened is Harry has caused Meghan to have a problem with the people she is trying to have a relationship with. Harry has made problems for Meghan in her desire to be independent of Harry and to pursue her Hollywood career. As we know, going back into acting. Like, Meghan is furious at Harry. For Harry, the royals, those in royal circles, are appalled at Harry and seeing Harry with these images. I speculate that there were phone calls to Harry, insights that were told to Harry about what a bad look this is for him and how this is not helping Harry's stance in trying to get back into the royal fold. It has actually damaged Harry's reputation and his goal to go back. So it was decided that he would need to distance himself from these photos and this Hollywood crowd in order to continue working on his goal of getting back into the royal fold. The royals were appalled to see Harry hanging with the Kardashians. The photos of the couple at this glitzy bash also hit a nerve on the other side of the Atlantic when contrasted with photos of Harry's royal relatives attending events to mark Remembrance Day, an annual memorial in Commonwealth countries to honor armed forces members who have died in the line of duty. While attending the party, Harry gave a nod to Remembrance Day by wearing the traditional red poppy on his tuxedo lapel, but Meghan didn't make a similar gesture but gave a very lame excuse. Harry's trying to change his image. Meghan is not. She's already gotten what she's wanted. That's why it doesn't matter to her that she doesn't look like she's a humanitarian anymore. She's already accomplished Harry. So she's ticked off, essentially, that goal. And it's no longer relevant to her anymore. Now, there was this party attendee that told the Daily Mail that Meghan was definitely in networking mode. She was smoozing with a lot of power players. Nick Eddy, a UK-based public relations and branding expert, has also told Daily Mail that the couple's purpose at the party was all about buttering up Bezos. His Amazon MGM Studios is producing a romantic comedy called Close Personal Friends, in which Meghan makes a cameo appearance herself. So, of course, Meghan is trying to do what she needs to do to cultivate the relationship, to get on the good side, to really forge ahead her independence in Hollywood. It's everything that Meghan wanted. But here's what I find interesting about the lie that was told. When Harry and Meghan said this, they said that Harry and Meghan's spokesperson came out and said that the Sussexes didn't agree to have photos of them taken inside the party. They shared and checked no on a photo consent form, leading to the images posted on Instagram to be removed. However, a source close to the event refutes that claim, telling people there were no consent forms. They blatantly lied because they did not want to look like they were being difficult. But the truth is the truth. And the real truth, I believe, is that this is just yet again another sign of how Harry and Meghan are at odds with each other. This has nothing to do with Meghan and Harry being upset about those photos, but it has everything to do with Harry being upset with Meghan and the problems attending this party, what it has caused for Harry and his desire to go back. And what has happened? Harry has essentially made it that he wanted these photos removed, and Meghan is upset because Meghan wants these photos shown. And she does not like that she is now somewhat blacklisted from a lot of A-listers who see this and Meghan as a problem because it's a bad reflection on Meghan and all the news and negativity around having these photos removed that Harry has caused. And Meghan is not happy that Harry has been the problem, and he will be the problem always as long as Meghan is still with him. So to me, it is starting to look like Meghan has a reason to really want to distance herself from Harry because she can't move forward in purpose of trying to align herself with Hollywood A-listers and trying to get her independence as a woman of Hollywood now, as long as Harry is dictating what she can and cannot do. The same thing that she did not like the royals doing when she was back with the royal family. Harry is now having a hand at what Meghan's voice is while she pursues Hollywood. And the lie has been exposed. There was no consent form. This is such a bad look for Meghan and her desire to try to win Hollywood over. It makes her look difficult. It makes her look like she didn't want to be next to the Kardashians, that she's embarrassed, that she is better than them. But what the truth is about Harry and Meghan's marriage once again falling apart and not being able to just go out and be non-controversial. Whenever you go out together, there's a problem. That's the problem that Harry and Meghan have. At some point, it will be a resolved issue between Harry and Meghan, if you know what I mean. We shall wait and see. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in my next video, and I hope to see you later today on my live with Andrew Lowney. Till next time, cheerio. You ready, Otis?